I think this just shows last night's success of the Royal State Banquet, just shows the power of the soft diplomacy of the royal family, doesn't it? It really does. I mean, you've just obviously talked there about President Trump. His favourite word of the night was unprecedented, because everything, it was almost like trooping the Donald. That's what they're saying it as, rather than trooping the colour. But the fact he obviously was enjoying himself so much, he was in awe of, I think, the spectacle that was put on for him. And then King Charles making that pointed statement, but President Trump nodded along in agreement. So I think that's very, very interesting that the King used his soft diplomatic power just to let it be known which way Britain is going, and that, you know, we will continue to support Ukraine. So,
but this is the thing. We know Donald, shouldn't call him Donald, the president. the president. We know the president has got, I mean, to say a soft spot for the royals is an understatement. He adores the royal family. And so this is a really good way of getting across to him what we want as a country.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. You know, it's the fact the King has that influence on the President of the United States because of that love that Donald Trump has for this country and for our royal family. I mean, he was cock-a-hoop when he was around the Princess of Wales, wasn't he? Thrilled. I don't know if you saw that touching moment where he helped adjust the princess's chair for her to sit down, and he could not stop beaming. I don't think I've seen that man look as happy since when he won the election.
He's thrilled.
For the second time.
He's absolutely thrilled to be here, isn't he?
Absolutely.
Let's talk about the Princess of Wales.
Yes.
Because she looked absolutely stunning at the State Banquet last night.
Resplendent. I agree with you, Ellie. I do think it is the most beautiful we've ever seen Princess Catherine look before, even more than her wedding day. It was just incredible. What a gown. That was the British designer that she chose, Philippa Lepley. Absolutely beautiful. I thought she was going to go with Jenny Packham, who is another favoured British designer of her, but she went with Lepley, and then she matched that fantastic couture gown with her favourite tiara, which is the Queen Mary Lover's Knot Tiara, which was commissioned for Queen Mary. That was the late Queen Elizabeth's grandmother in 1914, and it's a favourite of Princess Catherine's. I don't know if you know, but she's worn it a total of 10 times out of 15 for these sort of special state occasions. And I think the reason why is it just suits her so well, and with her having that incredible hair and such a beautiful face, and she has that supermodel figure which just can carry off. She could put a bin bag on and still look drop dead stunning. But last night I mean, I knew she was going to pull it out of the bag. She always does, but I think that's just blowing every fashion watcher and royal watcher's expectations out of the window. She looked incredible last night, really did. And as I say, President Trump, he was just thrilled. He couldn't take his eyes off her. I think there's a crush going on there. In a lovely way, of course. I don't mean anything. It was all very lovely. But Melania seems to have got on very well with the Princess of Wales. So they've struck up quite a rapport.
Together, aren't they,
yes, that's right, yes. And I think, so Princess Catherine's taken Melania, the First Lady, out into the gardens in Windsor, and they're going to be talking about nature and how nature's great for young children. And the Princess of Wales is going to talk about how nature was a great healer for her when she was going through her battle with cancer. But gosh, she has bounced back in such an enormous way. When we think about a year ago where we were with her to now, and how incredible she looks, and she's beaming and she's happy, and I just think she is the most wonderful asset we have for this country. And if the late Queen could see now how her and the Prince of Wales, William, conducted themselves last night, and as I say, the president, you know, the most powerful man in the world, Donald Trump, is really, really, really fond of them. And he said he thinks the world of William, as well as his father, the King. So I'm hoping, you know, obviously, that when that time comes, when William does ascend to the throne, that special relationship between our two countries is able to continue. Yes, it really is. Seeing the Princess of Wales, she's just amazing.
Have you had a random call lately from a strange number, maybe trying to sell you something or even scam you? If so, your info could be out there. That's because of data brokers, shady companies that scrape the internet for your personal details and sell them to marketers or even scammers. These days, scammers can even use AI to mimic your friends' voices and trick you into sending money. It's not just annoying. Data brokers often target vulnerable people with high-interest loans or sketchy offers. But there is a solution. Incogni, the sponsor of this video. Incogni contacts data brokers on your behalf and requests your info be deleted from their databases. And because your data can keep popping up, Incogni keeps sending removal requests to make sure it stays gone. They've just launched a new unlimited plan with custom removals. If you find your info on a weird website, just send them the link and their privacy team will work to get it taken down. Getting started is easy. Hit the link in the description, create your account and let Incogni handle the rest. It's risk-free for 30 days and you'll get 60% off an annual plan with the code GBNews. Take back control of your data with Incogni.
It looks as though the Princess of Wales was the secret weapon last night. We're just seeing these photos now of the Princess of Wales and President Donald Trump just staring and admiring each other. Big smiles. I mean, fantastic photos.
Her expression is amazing. It's almost like she sort of gets the Donald Trump joke and she's here for it and she's kind of going along and, you know, got a bit of a sense of humour about it all.
Seated next to him so that the palace must know she can be trusted when it comes to...
Oh, yes. Oh, she's very cautious.
Their guest of honour.
Yeah, she's very careful how she speaks. She would never say the wrong thing, but also he would be offended if he wasn't next to the most beautiful person in the room.
But this is a prime example of the royals being used for such a great effect, isn't it? The royals get knocked all the time about, you know, all kinds of things, but look at how it's brought everybody together. And Keir Starmer isn't on that table eating the banquet and having the quail's eggs. He's been left out that deliberately, and the royals have stepped up to the plate, and good for them for doing that. You can't criticise our country for doing pomp and ceremony.
No.
Be it funerals, births, weddings, everybody tunes in.
Yeah, especially Donald Trump. He's just such an Anglophile. And you're right, Lady Starmer, nowhere to be seen.
Yeah.
I don't even know what she was wearing, actually. I need to check.
No, but I mean, it is. I mean, we talk a lot about soft power, but it is that soft power, and it's influence, isn't it? I mean, who wouldn't be influenced by being invited to a fancy dinner with the royal family? You just would be swept off your feet, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
And you can see how the soft power works. I mean, even yesterday, the day before, actually, President Trump was being asked about the US-UK trade deal. He was saying, yeah, we can take a look at it. And you can see why, when this is the sort of reception he receives when he lands here.
It'd be mortifying if we didn't get a good deal after all that.
Well, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
I know, well, Charles is really into eating locally sourced food, seasonal food, so it's probably no surprise that he had Norfolk chicken. Of course, the royals have a house in every county, pretty much. Anyway, so there's Hampshire watercress, panna cotta, Norfolk chicken, Kentish raspberry sorbet.
Ooh, I like the sound of that.
Poached Victoria plums. I mean, it was a very fancy menu. I really want to know how much of it Charles actually ate. I mean, not Charles, Donald Trump. Charles eats everything, actually, but the Donald, not so much. Do you think he ate the quail's eggs? Or would he have been a bit fussy and wanting a McDonald's?
It just looks